Hi everybody and welcome to a brand new season of This Is My Story, This Is My Song. I am Enosh Fee, your host, and for the next few minutes we're just going to spend some time together and we're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about a song that I have written and why I wrote that song and the story behind it, and hopefully we both get something out of it. We both get a little bit of encouragement out of it, and at the end we're all better people, all right? We just come together that way. Hey, no, seriously, this is a show that's for you and because of you. A while back I started getting emails and messages from people saying, you know, Enosh, I have followed you, your music, I've been a fan or a friend, and I appreciate your music, and your music has spoken to me, and enough people did that I thought, you know, maybe I need to put something like this together to kind of share the stories of some of the songs that I've written and where they came from and what I was thinking at the time, and not just the good ones, but some of the silly ones. If you go back through all of our shows, you'll see there's silly songs and funny songs and cheesy songs, but there's also some good, heartfelt, meaningful songs that I've wanted to share with the world, that God has given me. So I invite you to sit back and relax and enjoy this episode. Now, some of you have been writing to me these last couple months and said, Enosh, where's the show, man? We're watching the show, it's going full tilt, and then it just disappeared. Well, it's not that. It's just simply that, you know what, sometimes life happens, right? And stuff happens. I got 3 boys who are all playing baseball now, and they're getting older, and so I'm helping coach their team and just involved in a lot of different things. As many of you know, I'm worship director for Orchard Ridge Church of the Nazarene. Big shout out to my Orchard Ridge peeps, and so that keeps me busy, and obviously I have a full-time job as well. So so this is a labor of love, so I do it when I can, and just in the last couple months I just haven't had a lot of time to do it. So but we are back, and know this, that the show is never just going to go away, okay? I mean, unless I run out of songs, but we've got plenty of songs to go over, all right? But the show just won't just go away. We may go on a little hiatus every once in a while, but hey, everybody gets to do that. I mean, if you got a favorite show, it goes on hiatus for a little while, and then, it's kind of frustrating sometimes, so I understand that. But you know what? The shows come and go, and so I promise to do as many shows as I can and to get you the shows as I can. But never fear. I've had a couple people say, Enosh, it's not done, is it? We really enjoy the show. And so no, rest easy. It's not done. We are still here, okay? We're going to keep going strong and keep sharing these songs, and I want to keep hearing from you, okay, the viewers. Please let me know what you think of the show. Let me know your input into what I share each week, and you can do that by, of course, going to facebook.com/This Is My Story, This Is My Song, and you can leave a message there. Please like the page, share that with your friends and your neighbors and your loved ones and everybody, people you do like and you don't like, whoever, share that with them, okay? You can also find us on YouTube at my YouTube channel, which is Enosh Fee on YouTube. That's pretty much it. I don't know where I was going there. But it's Enosh Fee, ENOSHFETT. And then, of course, you can find us also just by simply emailing us the old-fashioned way, which is just enoshmusic@hotmail.com. Okay, so let me know what you think of the show. If you know a song that I've written that you'd love to hear on the show that I haven't done yet, please let me know. I'd love to do it for you and explain that song and talk about it, okay? Now, jumping into the show, usually about this time, I have what I like to call the Viewer of the Week. That's amazing. It's been a while, and they're still up on that. But no, I usually do a Viewer of the Week. This week it's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to send the Viewer of the Week. There is a Viewer of the Week, and I'll just tell you, it's a girl who I just became friends with on Facebook that I've known for a little while. But it was kind of funny, and she kind of inspired which song I did this week. So know that there is a Viewer of the Week, and when you are Viewer of the Week, you get cool, free stuff from me. That's right. So if you want to be the Viewer of the Week next time, all you have to do is, the only prerequisite to doing that is send me a message. It can be anything. It can be just a little blurb. It can be, Enosh, I like this show. I didn't like this show. Hey, why didn't you stay off the air? I don't care. All you got to do, of course, is message me at any one of the 3 places I just shared with you, and that puts you in the running to be Viewer of the Week. And like I said, when you are Viewer of the Week, you get cool, free stuff. So for my friend who inspired today's song choice, please know that I will be messaging you, and you can get that free stuff from me. Okay? So without further ado, let's jump right into this week's episode. All right, so this week's episode is a song that I wrote quite a few years ago, in the early 2000s. I kind of went through, I've shared this a couple times on the show, but I went through a time period, and I think a lot of songwriters go through this, where you go from writing kind of juvenile songs to kind of writing things that have a little bit more substance to them, have a little bit more heft, to them as far as what you're writing about. And I still write silly songs and stuff, but some of those early songs that you write when you're 15 years old aren't going to be lyrically as challenging or as good, and even the songs themselves might not be as good, but I wrote this song when I wrote a block of songs when I was in the band Antioch, and we had gone through kind of a change. We lost our bass player. It was just me and my friend Andy, and we were looking for somebody else, and my friend Matt ended up joining the band. And when we did that, we kind of went up to this other level where we were doing songs that were just a little bit more mature and had, like I said, more serious content to them. Now, this song isn't really serious in and of itself, but the subject matter is. And the song that I wrote called Story of the Year. And this is what the song's about. Basically, the reason why I'm sharing this song, I'll tell you why I'm sharing this song this week. I was trying to figure out which song did I want to come back with for the show. And this week I friend requested somebody that I know, who I'm friendly with. It's a work acquaintance, and somebody I've known for a little while. And she's a pretty cool chick, and kind of liked her. And so sent her a friend request, and she sent me back a message. And she was just saying, she says, hey, I saw your request, and I will accept it under one condition. And that condition was that this was her personal Facebook page. This was something, and because we know each other through work, she's like, I'm very particular about who I friend, outside of work, or that kind of thing, because that's her personal domain. And she just kind of said a couple things that kind of hit me a little bit, because it just talked about the fact, her message just talked about the fact, that was her, and some people may not always like her or like the things that maybe she posts or does, but that's her personal Facebook page. And she wanted me to know, look, if you ever are offended by anything or anything like that, feel free to, to drop the friendship or whatever. She's like, but I just want you to know that up front, that, basically that to be aware that she may not be, perfect, squeaky clean, kind of thing. Not that she was vulgar or any of that. She said, look, I'm not saying that I'm that. There's just maybe things that maybe you disagree with or something. We all have that. And I started thinking, and at first, it made me smile, because I really do think that she's a great girl and a great woman, and just what I know of her, and I've always gotten along really, really well with her. And I mean, that's why I requested her friendship on Facebook in the first place, was because I saw her there, and I thought, oh, it would be great to be friends with her. And just get to know her a little more, because you get to know people a little bit better through social media. And I started thinking about that, how many times we open ourselves up to others, and it's not always a good thing. Sometimes people mistreat us. The people will see maybe our flaws, or what they consider our flaws. Maybe they're not even flaws, and they'll harp on those things and try to tell us how to live our lives, or how to be, or what we should do. And then there's people who look for the bad. They look for those bad things in our lives that they can kind of harp on. And I started thinking about that, and that's what kind of brought up this song, Story of the Year, because this song was a song that it was basically about gossip. It was about how we treat others behind their back. And, the Bible says, whatsoever things are pure and true, if there be any virtue or any praise in those things, think on those things. Basically, think on good things. Don't be trying to think about the negative things all the time. Don't try to find the negative in everything. Don't try to kind of squash on everybody. but try to look for the positive. If it says that whatsoever things are pure, true, just, of good report, a good report, something that's positive about people. It says think on those things. And many times that's the opposite of what our culture wants to focus on. I mean, you turn on the TV and you got, things like TMZ and all these things where they're chasing down celebrities, trying to find just anything they did wrong, just any little thing that might be wrong, just to be able to harp on that and show that there's some kind of freak or weirdo. And it was funny because, after me and this girl became friends, I was looking through her Facebook page, not stalking or anything, but just kind of looking through because I would just become friends with her. And, and I didn't see anything on there that threw me off or anything like that. And I just thought, even if I did, like what are my intentions? What are my, perceptions? Do I expect her to just be like me? Do I expect her to just be, perfect and maybe not have any flaws? Well, of course not, because I don't want people to think that way about me. I wouldn't want somebody to just look at my Facebook page and try to judge me on that. And there's people who may look at my Facebook page and say, oh, well, I can't believe you thought that was funny, or I can't believe you posted this or that. And I think it's important that we be in the right mindset when it comes to our friendships and our relationships. And we just love people. We treat people with respect. And that's what I told her. I said, look, hey, if you've liked me up to this point, you're going to like me going forward because I'm just who I am. I don't try to put on some facade to people and act like somebody I'm not. And I don't try to judge people about who they are based on a couple of posts on Facebook. And I try not to judge people anyways, because that's not my place to sit in judgment against everybody. My place is to love people and to be able to share life with people. And people know that I'm a Christian. People know that kind of some of the things that I do. But too often, and this is another thing I want to talk about, is Christians in general. Many times we're just up on this throne of judgment against the world, and I think people pick up on that, and it scares them, and it scares them off. I have a lot of friends from a lot of different backgrounds, and a lot of different places. And one of the things that I love is I can have legitimate conversations with people without getting into a fight. And how much of that do you see nowadays? I mean, it seems like people are always in some kind of Facebook fight or real fight with people, and there's all this drama constantly. And, sometimes you can't avoid the drama. Drama happens to us, right? But for the most part, there's so many things that happen that we could avoid if we simply tried to give people the benefit of the doubt and tried to love them as we want to be loved and treat them as we want to be treated, But this song, it talks about gossip. It talks about how we hurt one another. Now, it starts off in kind of a comical vein, talking about the TMZ thing, and this kind of dates the song a little bit because the first line in this song is Michael Jackson's Edit Again. I never thought that I'd write a song with a line, Michael Jackson's Edit Again, but this is exactly that. And it just talks about, I just read in the news that he's an alien somewhere. Scandals going on. We see it on the TV, so it can't be wrong. And, be careful of what you believe. Just hearing and seeing. Be careful of what you're told. Be careful of what you believe about others, because it may not be true. And many times people say things against us and about us that aren't true, and we're quick to defend ourselves. But why is it that we're so quick to believe gossip? We're so quick to believe the negative things instead of the positive. Somebody could come to you and tell you something very positive about somebody, and you say, oh, I don't believe that. But yet if they told you something negative, you would. And then the second verse talks about a girl named Beth whose friends just, they took her in confidence. She told them things. She opened her heart to them, and basically they stabbed her right in the back and made all her faults known. And we see that a lot in today's society. So I just want to encourage you with this song. It's called Story of the Year. And like I said, it just talks about that. It just talks about thinking on things that are positive and true and good, giving people the benefit of the doubt, treating others as you want to be treated, and showing love to one another, and not believe in the negative, not believe in the story of the year, not going with the flashy story that somebody might be telling you, you know. I mean, and it's not, unfortunately, a lot of people act like they haven't grown outside of high school, you know, because you see that a lot in you know, with teenagers. There's always a story going on, this person and that person, and, you know, did you hear this and stuff like that around school. And unfortunately, for many people, that follows them into their adulthood. And so I just want to encourage you to break that cycle, break that chain, do something positive, say something positive, speak into somebody's life. If you see somebody being bullied or hurt or whatever, you know, man, stand up for them. Stand up for them. You know, encourage them. I love nothing more than to see people stand up for and encourage others, and I try to do that in my life, and so that's where this song's come from. So I hope that you enjoy this song. Here it is, Story of the Year. And here we go.
Jackson's at it again. I just read it in the news that he's an alien, and somewhere scandals going on. See it on the TV, so it can't be wrong. And what does it teach? What does it say? When we thrive on it every day, gossip tells the truth, sharpens the lies. Said that it was confidential, then they twisted the knife. They talk amongst themselves all alone. The fact that she had made mistakes just had to be known. And you need to come down off your throne if you're the one who wants to cast the first stone. All of us have sinned and have come short, but that's not for you to report. We let it grow
And that's Story of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'm glad to have you back, like I said, and I hope that you keep coming back each and every week for new episodes of This Is My Story, This Is My Song. Hey, will you drop me a line this week and just let me know what you think of the show, if you're glad that it's back, whatever. You can do that by going to facebook.com/This Is My Story, This Is My Song. And doing it there. Like the page, share the page. You can also go to YouTube, and on YouTube, the screen name is Enosh Fett, ENOSHFETT. Or, of course, just email me at enoshmusic@hotmail.com. Now, as always, on the show, I play the song, the acoustic version of the song, but then immediately after this, you will hear the recorded version of Story of the Year that I did with my band, Some Strange Way. Okay, so look forward to that, and of course you can find that song on cdbaby.com/Enosh Fee, and you can find all my songs there at CD Baby, where you can download them, purchase them for your very own, and have them to cherish forever. Okay, thanks again for coming back. I have enjoyed this time with you, and we will see you next time on This Is My Story, This Is My Song. Bye-bye.
Jackson's alien. I just read it in the news that he's an alien. Some scandals going on. We see it on the TV, so it can't be wrong. What does it teach? What does it say? Not on the neighborhood. Nothing knows the truth. Sharp is the lies. It's what inside. We let it go to the point. It doesn't bother us to hear. We wanna know just how it slowing down. Friends ruined Ben's life. They said that it was confidential, then they twisted the knife. Talk amongst themselves on the phone. Back that she had made mistakes.